I'm Peaceful Patty. After all these downs and not too many ups, we come to a manger in the little town of Bethlehem. This is where we meet the new Adam, the child of Abraham, the son of David. It is with the stinky shepherds and the singing angels where we see the real deliverer, the real judge, the real conqueror. No one understood it completely at the time, but when Mary pushed out that baby, God pushed into the world the long-expected prophet, priest, and king. God gave his people a new law, a new temple, and a new sacrifice. Best of all, he gave his people a new beginning, just as he promised. Of course, some things were different than people had expected. The stable with the animals and the scandal with unmarried Mary were surprises to most folks. The miracles were remarkable. The teaching was unlike anything anyone had ever heard. The bumbling band of hand-picked disciples, that was curious. But the biggest surprise to everyone was that the chosen one of God was chosen by God to die. It just didn't seem right that the one destined to crush the serpent would be crushed himself. So when Jesus, the Christ, the Son of the living God, died on the cross that Friday afternoon, it seemed a shocking evil beyond belief. And it was the worst thing that's ever happened in the world. But it was also the best thing that's ever happened in the world, just as we would expect from God and just as God planned it. We break promises, so God keeps his. We run from God, so he comes to us. We suffer for sin, so the Savior suffers for us. Our story is the story of God doing what we can't, in order to make up for us doing what we shouldn't. The Christ suffers for our sin, that we might share in his sinlessness. And so, deliverers are born to die. Things fall apart so that they can come together. God kicks his own people out of paradise and then does whatever it takes to bring them back again. And now we go to Bible Betty.
Thanks, Peaceful Patty. We've been waiting for this moment in history, and finally, the promised one has arrived, but not in the way we expected. The people were expecting a king, but this king was born in a stable, arrived in Jerusalem on a donkey, and his teachings were unusual, and his best friends, the disciples, they were an unusual bunch. And then the unexpected happened. The one to save us had died. However, this was God's plan all along, and he was willing to do whatever it took to defeat the snake and bring us back to the garden. We'll see next time what happens. See you later.